got world they got world class fly fishing right out the back door. And so that's one of my like bucket list things to do. I like to go fishing. And so world class fly fishing trout streams, like basically right outside the hotel. So it should be a lot of fun. There's a lot of great things to do up there. If you've never been to that part of the country, Vail, Colorado, it's absolutely gorgeous. All right. So here we go. Let me go ahead and pull this off and introduce our guest,
The man of the hour.
man of the hour. He needs no introduction when it comes to the travel industry and training on this product in terms of his knowledge and his expertise. And the more and more I get to know Joe and hang out with him, the more and more I like this guy. And I'm glad that he's the gentleman that's on tonight. He's going to give you a knowledgeable training on how to maximize our platform. He's going to teach you and show you the value of our services. So with that, Joe, I'll turn it over to you.
Well, thank you, young man. I appreciate it. You and Todd. You know, I went fishing once in my life. A buddy of mine in Florida said, "Come on, I want to take you out fishing. We're going to go out on a houseboat." And I said, "Okay." So we went out on the houseboat, and he said, "Next, we'll meet in the morning and go out in the little dinghy." I said, "Sure." So next morning, I'm awake, 5, 6 o'clock. He's sleeping. It's 9 o'clock. He's sleeping. It's 10 o'clock. He's sleeping. I'm thinking, wait a minute. I thought you're supposed to fish early in the morning. He wakes up about 11, comes in, says, "All right, you ready to go?" "Sure." Put the boat out. He goes, "Get in the boat." I get in the boat. There's 2 coolers in the boat. We pull out. I'm like, "What? There's 2 coolers. There's no fishing poles. There's no, what the heck? There's got a couple of nets, but 2 coolers." So I go, "What's in the coolers?" You go, "Well, grab a beer." And I open it up and say, "I'm not going to drink a beer at 11 in the morning, but what's in the other one? It's empty." He goes, "Oh, don't worry about that." So he goes out and we're out there and he goes, "Okay, you ready?" "Yeah, I'm ready." So now he grabs a bag and he pulls a grenade out of the bag, pulls the pin, throws it in the water. It goes kachunga, and all this water goes up. He goes, "Get the net." I said, "What?" "Get the net." I get the net. All these fish are on the top going like this, floating up. Fill up the cooler. He goes, "Okay, we got to go." So what do you mean we got to go? "Oh, yeah, we got a cooler full." Yeah. "Well, you can't take more than a cooler. It's against the law." I said, "My friend, we just threw grenades in the water." So I don't fish.
That's not a bad way to do it.
No, it's not.
At the end.
It's not. All right. Well, folks, first thing I got to do is I don't normally operate in Zoom, so I got to figure out how to share my screen. So once I get that down, we'll get rocking and rolling here. Let's see. Screen, share, and Todd, am I there?
Yep.
Okay. And do you see the screen or do you see screen and pictures?
I can see screen and pictures. So you're not
All right.
full,
Well, we're
you're
going
not
to
full
get
mode yet.
There we go. Now we got rid of the pictures. All right. Well, folks, I'm Joe, and I'm going to be showing you this travel platform today. As David echoed, and I want to echo as well, both he and Todd are tremendous people. I really enjoyed myself in Orlando, and I look forward to when you folks come to Vegas, where I am, and I'll see you guys out in Westgate as well. So really, really excited about this, and I think you're going to enjoy the heck out of it. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going through the entire program. Everybody is muted, of course. When it's over, you're going to have instructions as to what you need to do if you have questions or whatever, who to send them to or whichever. But I think you'll really enjoy this and you'll have much success with it. So let's start right off. All right. First off, Travorium has contracted with Arivia. Now, Arivia is the largest provider of discount travel in the world, okay? Largest in the world. What do I mean by that? I mean that American Express, Bank of America, USAA, Hard Rock, T-Mobile, all of their travel for their members that are participating in their travel is handled by us. So, very large company with very strong ties to the industry. Inc. 500 company, American Express Traveler Award the last 7 years. This next one is a real powerful statement. The 2024 Traveler Weekly Power List. That is all retail and all private. People that deal in travel, companies that deal with travel, we are number 18 in the world. American Express is number 3. And who handles their travel? Okay, so Circle of Excellence, A+, Better Business Bureau, 10 million total users. And if you know anything about timeshare, Wyndham and RCI are valued at about $8 billion. Well, guess what? The company that financially backs us is valued at $205 billion. So quite impressive. Now we're going to look at the accommodations, the savings, the credits, features, benefits, the referral program, and service during this time together. The first one we're going to look at is accommodations. Now, let me tell you something about the accommodations. In any travel site you ever visited, whether it's retail, a public, private, or whichever, you're going to find maybe 1, 2, maximum 3 tabs that'll give you accommodations. However, on Travorium, you have 5 plus 3, meaning 8. You have 8 tabs that you can find accommodations, whether they're timeshare condos, whether they're homes, whether they're hotels, whether they're worldwide tours. You'll be able to find it in different ones. Now we're going to cover the accommodations, and also you'll constantly hear me say plus credits. Okay, plus credits. I'll keep saying it all the way through. So let's take a look at the weekly condos. These weekly condos go for about $159 to $999. Some of them are a little bit more expensive, but typically they're in that range. And you're going to find that there are weeks, premium weeks, weeks under $499, and red weeks. Now, this is very important that you realize you got to go to each one of these tabs to see the total amount of inventory that's available. If you just go to premium weeks, you're not going to get the weeks that are under $499. If you go to red weeks, you're not going to get the premium weeks. So you want to make sure you click on each tab to do your search. We have over 650,000 weeks worldwide on the system. It's all real time. Now, what do I mean by real time? Well, real time is you go to the checkout page and a 10-minute timer starts. And that 10-minute timer is basically saying you got 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, this real-time stream is going to go back. So whatever you're trying to book, it's going to go back into the inventory stream and somebody else can book it if you don't book it in that 10 minutes. So it's real time. And remember, plus credits. Kind of funny, when I was in Orlando, I got to a point that all I would do is say plus, and everybody would yell out credits, because it's incredible what these credits are. So let's look at weeks first. Weeks, here's Orlando. I pulled it up. You got 6,285 weeks. They start at $224. Now, these are timeshare condos. However, there is no obligation to take a tour. None whatsoever. They'll probably call you like normal. You just tell them no. This is something that most of the time has either a full kitchen or efficiency kitchen, balcony, full living room, full dining room, 1 bedroom, sometimes 2 bedroom. It just depends. And as you can see, they start at $224. Now, in addition to this, you could filter by area, and you could also filter by location, meaning Disney. Same search, Orlando, Disney. Now there's only 984 weeks, but check it out. They're all on Disney property. So starting at $500, kind of cool. Now, maybe you don't want to go to Disney, you're going to Vegas. Check it out. Here's Vegas, $198. I get 4,000 weeks. I wouldn't stay at Circus, but it's $198, all right? The El Cortez is a real nice one. But What you'll find is these are not timeshare, yet they're weekly stays. You see, not only does your platform have timeshare condo weeks, it also has hotel weeks, which means we can offer you New York City, Times Square, 4 stars, $981. Now, guys, this is real time. I pulled this one up 2 weeks ago. This morning, when I was getting things ready, I pulled it up again, and this one was now $1,200. So it's real time, okay? And as you can see, it could be hotels or condos. Now, the great thing about having hotels, condos, apartments, everything on this is I could put you in Thailand for $600 for the month in one of these apartments. So you can see pricing wise, incredible on the weekly stays. Now, most people travel nights, 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights. How about 4 nights in Orlando in a condo for only $433? That means full bath, full kitchen, full dining room, full everything, $433. So only $100 a night. But this is not a 4-night stay. It's actually a week. It's 1 week for $433. What I'm trying to show you is just because you booked the week doesn't mean you have to stay a week. Let's say you're just looking for 4 nights. This is economically good. Let's say you only want to stay 5 nights, 2 nights. Look at the weekly stays no matter what. Now that I mentioned that, here's the question. How do people travel? And what the heck is a credit? Well, let's cover the first one. 2024 to 2022 to 24, our members booked these. 11% were car rentals, 6% were cruises. And get this, those marvelous condo weeks that are incredible pricing, 0.5% booked them. Why? Because we're used to Expedia, Travelocity, Priceline, Get a Room. We're used to nightly stays. So as you can see, nightly stays gets the most activity. But with that in mind, we had to make sure we have a whole lot of hotels. So 1.2 million hotels worldwide in 72,000 cities. Let me show you some stuff here. Oh, and plus credits. I'm going to pull up hotel, and this little elf is going to keep popping. I wanted it to do it once, but it doesn't. It keeps going. So you're just going to have to deal with it. So here we are in New York, New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, okay? New York, pulled it up. There it is, $7,475, 4.5 stars, Westin. Everybody is $7,475. Everybody is. But you, Travorium, $3,028. That's 61% off plus credits. And if you don't believe what's on the screen there, here's Expedia right there, $7,475. That's the beauty of this. You could go ahead and pull up the retailer and then pull up Travorium, and every time you'll see the prices are exactly what we show that they receive to give you. Let's say you want to go to Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Definitely do it on the site. Here's 31% off. You're saving $1,000. How about going to Bastille Day in France? Not bad, 44% off. Or how about heading off to Thailand for a special holiday at 44% off? Plus credits. In addition, there's 25 ways to search for hotels with no blackout dates. I mean, you can look at the location, the high, low, the rating. You could do a map to find it. And you know, when you do maps, it's very important. I lived in New Orleans for 19 years. And this is not a map of New Orleans, it's Toronto, as you can see. But if it was a map of downtown New Orleans, you see all of these bubbles or dots, and then way over here, you see one dot. If you're going to stay in New Orleans, you don't stay in the one dot. You stay in these dots, okay? So the map is very important, especially if you're traveling to places like New York or New Orleans, okay? And I can talk about both of them because I was born in New York and I lived in New Orleans 19 years. So we can filter it to anything that you want here: fitness center, parking on site, 25 ways to filter it. It's kind of cool. Now, as you go through the site, don't be afraid of holidays. You know, it's that old saying, go towards the light. You have to do the holidays, but sometimes they're totally unbelievable. I pulled this one up, and as you can see, Royalton, 5 stars, 86% off. Normally 13,000, Travorium price 1,800. I pulled it up 3.5 weeks before Christmas. 3.5 weeks, pulled it up, 11,000 off. That is crazy. It's unbelievable. So the question is, how much money can I really save? Well, how much you save depends on how you vacation. Let me explain. Let's say you want to go to Dubai for 6 nights. That's exotic. Look at it over here. $33,000 on Expedia for 6 nights in Dubai. $33,000. I'm going to tell you what, David showed me a deal that you guys had for a package that was unbelievable, a couple $100 to go to Dubai. Here's 33,000. Okay. So it depends on how you vacation. So if you're going to go to Dubai, Expedia wants 33,000. No, everybody, hotels.com, cheap tickets, Travorium, they all want $33,000. On your site, $3,973. What? That's a $29,000 discount plus credits. But here's the deal. That's exotic in Dubai. Maybe you're not going to travel that way and you're going to travel to not so exotic DeRidder, Louisiana, and you're going to stay at the Best Western. Okay, right out by the airport. Guess what? You're going to save $20. Guys, you just saw 29,000 at 89% savings, and you just saw $20 savings with 3%. Plus credits. There's your answer. 3 to 89% is what you'll save based on where, when, and how you travel. Very important, folks. Very important you know that, because as you're playing with the site, holidays will give you the deepest discounts. Now, in addition to the discounts, you could go ahead and improve your experience for less money. What do I mean? Here's Ellis Island. Now, when you come to Vegas, about a mile up from Westgate is Ellis Island Hotel. Now, Ellis Island is a Super 8. It's a dive. You don't want to stay there. And it's 2-star. Ooh, 2-star. But it's got the best breakfast in town. If you come to Vegas, $8, steak and eggs, sausage and eggs. I mean, incredible. Ellis Island's unbelievable. But like I said, it's 2 stars. Why are you going to stay at 2-star when you could stay at the Courtyard Marriott for $100 less? Or you could stay right on the Strip at a 3.5-star for the same amount of money. Or what about this? Why not stay at the Luxor, 4-star for $60 less plus credits? Now, The one thing you always have to remember as you start searching, and I hear this all the time, I just pulled up booking.com and it's the same price as us. No. You see, this is what retailers do. They strawberry pack. What do you mean? Well, you go to buy a pack of strawberries at the grocery store. You have these beautiful fresh strawberries. Then you get home and open them up and empty them out, and you got rotten on the bottom. That's strawberry pack. That's what retailers do. They put a price on the front page to bait you. By the time you get to the checkout page, it's the same price as everybody else has, but they've added all of the extras onto it, the taxes, the fees, whichever. Then you take that price and compare it to yours, and you blow it away every time. So always remember the competitor's strawberry pack. I can't tell you how many times people tell me after a training, well, I went on to booking.com and they had just about the same price as you. Yeah, at the checkout page? No. So make sure you always go to the checkout page when you're doing comparables. Now, how in the world can Travorium do it? I mean, we're talking about Expedia, Travelocity, Priceline, Get a Room, Booking.com. How can you be way lower than them? Well, it's a thing called rate parity. Now, rate parity is when public prices and sites have to follow the rules and their prices are all the same. What do I mean? Well, channel managers control all of the inventory of hotels all over the world. Channel managers, there's about 5 or 6 of them. They distribute the inventory to Expedia, to Agoda, to House Trip, to Pegasus, to Kayak. They set it out and they say, here's the deal. I'll give you these rooms for $200 a night, but you cannot charge less than $500 a night. If you do, I'll pull your inventory and you'll never get it again. Whoa. So they take that $200 room and they list it for $554, $554, $554. As you can see, they list it for $554. Why? Because they're all the same. And if you look at the bottom left, you'll see an acronym, ex-hottie. It doesn't mean your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay, it means Expedia owns Hotwire.com, Hotel.com, Orbit.com, Travago.com, Travelocity.com, eBooking.com. They own them all. So if they own them all, what's the pricing going to be? The same. But there is an easier way to explain why the pricing is all the same. And it even went on national TV. Open and close. Right now, everybody that's out there, even yourself, sits in front of a laptop, a computer, or an iPad, or an iPhone, or whatever, or Android. And basically, it's an open network. Everybody sees the same pricing. What you're being offered and what you're going to offer your downlines is a closed network, a network that can only be accessed with an invitation to a private membership that is not subject to parity. Therefore, allowing us to price it however we want, give whatever savings we want, plus credits. Oh yeah. If you're not loving this yet, it's going to get even better. Now, one of the things I always like to show is one slide that really shows parity. This is fight night in Las Vegas, 9:30 in the morning on a Saturday morning. Fight night was Saturday night. I pulled this up. Check it out. One night at the Aria, 1,300. Caesars, 1,000. Palazzo, 1,100. It's one night. That's one night in Vegas. Okay? What? Hey, it's fight night. Raise the prices. Rate parity takes hold. Guess what? The prices went up. But you remained at 259, 253, 323 plus credits. And guess what? there is so much more. Homes and villas. Coming soon, by the end of March, 650,000 homes listed on VRBO at the same price with even more credits. We're talking Portugal. We're talking Spain. We're talking Greece. Beautiful homes curated by VRBO. Incredible inventory. You're going to love it. In addition to that, we are the largest distributor of discount cruises in the world. Plus, we give credits. 44 different cruise lines to choose from, touring anytime. Cruises to Central America, Alaska, Caribbean. Riverboats in Europe, Viking, sailboats and yachts. Imagine getting your own Viking, your own sailboat or yacht to be able to go on a trip. And guess what? Personalized service. I can't tell you how frustrating it is to go through trying to book a cruise on a website. What rooms do I get my benefits? Do I get I'm a Royal Caribbean, loyal one. Do I get those benefits? What kind of add-ons and perks? The beautiful thing is, search your stuff and then boom, call this number and our personal cruise agents will go ahead and assist you. Now, there's something about our cruise agents that you need to know. Unlike any other company, every single agent handles only cruises. Certified travel agents in cruises. Every year they mandatory have to take 2 cruises. These people know cruises. So it's a beautiful thing that you can call and get personalized concierge service to book your cruise. Speaking of which, my wife and I went to Alaska. Both start with an A. We went to Alaska in September. One piece of advice: if you take a cruise to Alaska, don't do it in September. It was terrible. It was cold. It was rainy. It was freezing. It was terrible. Everything was canceled. So go in June. I heard it's great. But NCL had it at 6,400. They hooked me up 5,000. Our company saved 1,400 plus insurance for 2 people, plus credits. All right. So cruises, incredible. Activities, excursions, attractions, over 400,000 to pull from in 1,000 cities. Cash, your credit cards or credits. Did you see that? You can use a credit card or credits to book this. In fact, you can use your credits to book anything on the site. Car rentals, book it with credits or use your credit card and earn credits. Flights, all right, don't get excited, all right? Flights are flights. There are no discounts on flights. However, the question would be, if there's no discounts on flights, why is it on our platform? Good question. You receive credits. Every time you book a flight, you receive credits. 2, you can use those credits to book another flight. 3, one-stop shop. Why do I want to go to another site to book a flight for the same amount of money as I'm going to book on that site? 4, why not let concierge search for you? Have them search it all the way, give you the cheapest, and then you book it. And finally, number 5, you can triple dip. Now, triple dipping is not what my friend does, where he comes over the house and I give him guacamole and he takes the chip and he sticks it in and eats it and then he sticks it back in again. That's disgusting. Okay? Triple dip is when essentially you use your credit card to book your flight, and guess what? You get points. And then you use your loyalty account with that airline and you get miles. And then you use your Travorium and you get credits. You just got miles, points, and credits all on one booking. You triple dipped. Gotta love that one. And my apology, I keep drinking, guys, but it's 6 p.m. and I've had two trainings prior to this today. So I got to keep lubricating the throat. Now, flights are a pain in the neck, man. They want to know everything. Where are you going? What are you going to fly? When do you want to depart? What layovers would you like? Do you want direct? Do you want economy? What's the price? Whew. It's like multi-destinations. It's got everything on there to make sure you have the right flight. And every purchase you make, you earn what? Credits. That's right, you earn credits. But on some items, you earn more. Now, the reason is on some items, the commission that's in there is built in, therefore giving you more credits for the transaction. So let me show you one. Worldwide tours. I love these. My wife and I did this one about 2 years ago. Wow, it's almost 3 years now. 12 days, Tokyo. The tour agent wanted 15,700 for everything. Okay. However, we had it for 12,470, as you can see. So I saved $3,300 and received 104,685 credits. Now, this is where you're going to figure out how easy credits are. These aren't like miles that you have no clue how many miles you need to book a flight. And it's not like points where you don't know what you can do with your points on your credit card. This is very easy. 104,685, you're seeing credits. Put a decimal point right here, right in between the 6 and the 8. That means you've got $1,047 worth of money to spend on your site. So not only did I save $3,300, I got $1,000 worth of money free. Hey, free money that I can use on accommodations, cruises, car rentals, dining, e-cards, excursions, flights, and even attraction tickets. And it's kind of funny, the attraction tickets, the end of March, I'm going to be in Orlando for a big convention. And we bought Epcot tickets to go with my grandkids, my boys, and my daughter. And so I was getting ready to buy the tickets. And then I went, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can get them through the platform. Guys, always check the platform before you go someplace else, okay? Now, as it was, I'm senior citizen at 72, so I ended up buying them through AARP, and I got like $50 off. So, but in this case, always check to make sure. In fact, you can double or triple your reward credits spending no money. Now, if I haven't got your attention yet, I better have it now. How in the world do I get free credits without spending money? Well, it's real easy. It's called Ripple Rewards. Now, Ripple Rewards is a referral program that can build your downline. Ripple Rewards, you pull it up, you can see at the top there, Ripple Rewards, click on it, and it's going to say invite your friends and earn rewards. As you can see, you could put this through social media. You could post it on Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever it's called nowadays, and basically even copy the link. As you can see right here, you can copy the link and send out a mass email. You send it out, the invitation goes, and it says, hey, Todd, Joe just sent you a free membership to Travorium to be able to book whatever you want, travel, as many reservations as you want at a discount. Whoa. So they log in, and basically they're not going to see the same as what you see. You see, in this case, it's 50-50. What do I mean? Well, the site looks the same, but it's actually different. Here's Hawaii, 21% off with an $1,100 savings. Not bad, 21% off. But in all actuality, that savings on the Travorium site is double, 2,363. but the Ripple customer or guest sees only 50% of the savings. So get this, you give out a referral, a Ripple rewards invite. They go ahead and log on. They see 4 tabs, not 15 tabs. They go to book a hotel and they see 50% of the savings. Well, that leaves 50%. So why not just give it to you, the referring member, in credits? Imagine you just gave out a Ripple. They went ahead and booked the trip, and you got the 118,200 credits plus the booking credits. And what can you do with 118,000 credits? Well, you could book a week to Orlando, or you could book a week to Vegas. You could book a week to Spain. No, you can book all 3 weeks, Orlando, Spain, and Las Vegas, off of 118,000 credits that you got because you handed out a boomerang. I mean, a Ripple. My apology there. Okay. All trackable in my account. That means when you click on the site, you'll see my account. You can track all of it. Okay. You can see how many Ripples you gave out, and you can see how many credits you've got. The credits expire in 10 years. Okay. Now, in 2021, we gave out 120 million reward credits. That's what was redeemed. 120 million reward credits were redeemed, or $1.2 million worth of reward credits. And get this, 65% of all those reward credits were redeemed on gift cards. Uber Eats, Amazon, Maggiano's, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, gift cards. But they also could have used it on travel. Here's Playa del Carmen for a week with a car rental, 26,700 credits. How about this? Rome, 5 nights, 39,000 credits. How about Disney with a private park assistant, a week in a condo and an airport transfer for 59,000 credits? Or save up and go on an exotic Thailand, 2 weeks for 67,000. And this was the first individual to cash in his Ripple rewards. He got 152,000 credits and booked an entire week here in Las Vegas, the Wyndham, car rental, Hilo Tour, the Strip, Grand Canyon, Ka, all the clubs, High Roller, Foodie Strip, a limo ride, and of course, $50 in Starbucks to keep you awake, doing all this stuff. All of it. No money, all credits. I love that little confetti flying all over the screen on the right. That's kind of cool. Okay, so members receive 110% best price guarantee on the entire site, except for flights. Okay, so very important. The way that works is, let's say you book a cruise for $1,000 on the Travorium site, but yet you find it on a retail site for $900. You just go to your site, click on best price guarantee, load up the URL for that site, and boom, you're going to get 110% best price guarantee, meaning $100 you're going to get in credits. The $100 difference in credits. So remember, 110% best price guarantee. If all of that wasn't enough, you can act as your own travel agent and have someone else do it for you. You can go online 24/7. You can hit live chat and talk to a real person. You can book a concierge appointment and have concierge assist you. You can text and WhatsApp. You can call and then text. Guys, the reason there's text is, let's say you call and you get on hold. Like you always see, you call an airline, you're on hold for an hour. If you call us and it says to you, you're number 5 in line, you can hit the pound sign and 5, I believe it is, and go straight into texting with a rep. And you can literally discuss your things through text. Call in 7 days a week, and every single reservation is printed with an emergency phone number in the middle of the page. Why? Because if you get to Jamaica and they tell you they don't have your reservation and you're freaking out, you want to be able to call somebody and find out what happened and how to get it straightened out. Try doing that with Expedia. Then you've arrived. You just had a marathon training of a platform that is huge. It is huge. All right. Now, I show you this to mention to you that you could be quite confused, but don't panic. Don't whine. Don't dig in. Do dig in and ask questions. Spend time on the site. If you run into something that you think is wrong or isn't good, send it to Todd. Send it to whomever is in your area, or supervisors, or back of the house team. Send it to them. Ask them. A lot of times there's a glitch in the feed. A lot of times there's something not loading right, or code is off. So don't freak out. Well, wait a minute, this thing's almost the same price as retail. Don't freak out. Do a screenshot, send it to your admin people. They'll contact us. And one thing that Todd and David will tell you, we are very good at jumping all over things. I mean, after I did the Orlando training, our phones blew up with David calling up. Well, what about this? And what about that? And I need my people to have this, and we want that. And no problem there. He's digging in. The people are digging in. And that's what you have to do. Dig in. Don't whine. Don't panic. Dig into it. Ask questions. Spend time on the site. And finally, in 2018, I had 30 stamps in my passport. 30. Now, at the age of 72, I do not travel internationally anymore. Okay. So, Todd, if it turns out that you guys do something internationally, no, I will not speak there. Okay. Got that out of the way. But that said, I always like to say that some of the most rewarding pages you could ever read are the pages in your passport. That, my friends, is Travorium. Mr. Todd?
And for everybody out there, guys, man, give Joe some love, give him some hearts, give him some thumb up. If you are excited about what we have, give him some love. Well, I want to bring in Daryl Maria Roberts, by the way, two of our very top income artists here at the entire company. In fact, by the way, Jill Maria was a travel agent for dozens of years, booked group travel and all kinds of sports teams, that kind of thing. She's been digging in, as you said. She's been blowing away. So, Daryl Maria, welcome. Some of your thoughts.
Todd, I was just talking to Maria just the last 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes ago, and we just looked at each other, and Maria just said to me, Daryl, we are so blessed to be with this company at the day's date and time. I just totally overwhelmed with what you just showed us, Joe. And again, we were there in Orlando as well, and now seeing it for the second time, it just resonates. Todd, we're going to make history. I don't want to talk about being a $1 billion company because David doesn't talk like that, but I think we're headed toward the $1 billion company. So.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, keep in mind that everything Joe just shared is in addition to our getaways, and we just launched the second getaway platform. It's in addition to our world tours, our trip incentives, in addition to everything else. This is all just brand new, plus. And guys, just one more time, in a world, an inflationary economy where everyone is raising their prices for every reason in the world, not only did Mr. David Hart expand our platform with Travorium University, the second getaway platform, and then now what Joe just showed you, we not only didn't raise the price, we lowered prices on world tours, we lowered prices on getaways. That's the kind of value that Mr. David Hart continues to bring to the table. And Joe, if you don't mind, I'm sure there's some people out there that have some questions. And what we're going to do is they're going to type their question in the chat. Maria's going to read the question if it's a good question, and see if there's any clarity that people might need while we have you here. Is that okay?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Todd, just real quick, Maria had one statement because obviously we use the service. Obviously, we were leaders. We want to do the things before other people do it. So, Maria, tell you just what just happened here today.
Yeah, everybody knows that Daryl and I are products of the product, right? We absolutely love it. And when Joe brought it up, showed everybody, and my mouth was just like, what the heck? This is unbelievable. And it's so great. Thank you for that great presentation, by the way, ×2. Absolutely awesome. But, we were able to experience it the first night. We stayed over an extra night in Orlando. So we went over to the Hyatt Regency at the airport. We didn't want to pay almost $400. We wanted to pay under $300, and we got it at $298, which was really a great deal. So that was awesome. A savings, $87, something like that for that one night we stayed there. But then we're like, you know what? We got baseball. We got stuff that we got to do. So we're here now in Santa Barbara, California, and we have 3 nights. And we wanted to stay at someplace beautiful. So we're at the Mar Monte, which is a Hyatt boutique hotel right on the beach. Absolutely gorgeous. Public retail site is $1,121. We paid $679 for the total stay. That is incredible. Plus credits.
We got credits.
$9.21 in reward credits. So we absolutely love it. Just having access to that platform is unbelievable. But when you mirror it with all the other things that Todd talked about, the getaways, the Getaway Plus, the world tours that we have, we are unbeatable, unshakable, unstoppable, and absolutely phenomenal. So we're really excited about this. And, there's a couple of people that have questions on here. One of the things of the questions that we had was if a member gets a free site, right? We know that they have limited functions, right? Discounts on hotels, car rentals, activities, and transfers was what I think I saw there at the top. Are cruises included in that at all?
I'm sorry, a cruise is included in what?
For the free site that we give to people.
On the Ripple.
Oh,
Ripple to free customer.
I do not believe so. I'd have to pull it up. I haven't seen Ripple in a while because in order to see Ripple, you have to receive an invite to Ripple. But I do not believe that cruise is on there. No,
it's not. Yeah,
there you go.
Okay, and then also, so when a free person receives a Ripple Rewards, how long does that site last for them? Is it a year or is it that 10-year thing that you said?
Good question. 1 year. Every time you hand out a Ripple, it lasts for 1 year, unlimited reservations. So they could continually book. But of course, every time they're booked, that's a hook where you can get them to, hey, why not get a full discount? Let me show you. So yeah, definitely they can. It's for a year, but if they go a year, you haven't done your job in recruiting.
Absolutely. And I do believe that partners do have the ability to try to upsell them, but is there any type of autoresponders or marketing that's on your side that says, hey, by the way, if you became a member with Travorium, is there anything like that?
No, there's not, only because, that would have to be geared towards the terminology you use, the way you address your people. So no, that's all on your end.
But the best part is that we do get to see what the person booked, and then we can contact them and let them know that, hey, you just saved $100. If you upgrade to a member, you could save 200. So we did see that example back there. So that's how we're going to figure it out for those of you asking that question.
Yeah, and Daryl, that's a good point, because in their account, my account, they can see you gave Bobby, Joe, and Jimmy, and they went and used them, and you're getting credits. Yes. So that's a perfect thing. You call them up and you say, hey, I noticed you used it. You saved money. How'd you like to double your savings? Okay.
Love
so
that.
You got it.
Love that. Hey, Joe, can you give us a little bit more detail on Red Weeks, please?
Well, Red Weeks is the name of a company. We really shouldn't have that name up there, Red Weeks. But most people in the industry, when they see Red Weeks, they go, "Oh my God, that's 700,000 weeks." I mean, just in itself, it's just a whole lot of inventory. It's the most dominant timeshare weeks supplier in the world. I mean, it's got RCI, it's got II, it's got DAE, it's got every exchange company. So that's what Red Weeks is, and we purchased that company last year. So it was an independent company that we bought. And so that's why we tag it as Red Weeks, because now we have the right to say we own Red Weeks.
Wow.
Awesome.
And one other answer to that, if you know timeshare, there is red, blue, and white weeks. Red is Christmas time. Red is New Year's Eve. Red is Mardi Gras in New Orleans. So Red Weeks are the best weeks. So that's why it's titled Red Weeks.
That's awesome explanation. That makes so much sense. Okay, so now someone's asking about, and I just saw it, and hopefully I don't lose it. What are the guest passes for $29? What are we talking about there?
Those are temporarily removed. We'll get more into that. That's going to be something in the future, and it is powerful. However, sometimes you could give too much food at once.
Right. All of them. Yeah.
And so that was my error in presenting that in Orlando. David had wanted me to hold that off, so that's held back. But in the future, watch for that. It may come out the same way, but it'll probably come out even more improved for you guys.
Awesome, awesome. Now, let me just make this clear to the members that are asking this question, because there should be no doubt whatsoever. When we're looking at the Travel Plus site, that is the reward credits that are in there. Now, Joe, does everything have reward credits, or is it just this majority of things have reward credits?
95% of everything has reward credits.
All right.
There are a couple of smaller items that don't have it, but anything that matters has reward credits.
That's awesome. And that reward credits can be used on any future travel, future flights. You know, that little toggle where you toggle between money and reward credits. That's where you go to redeem those. Now, of course, the person that invited you will give you a little bit more detail, as well as your leader. They can go more into detail, but let us not, all of us that are partners here, get confused with reward credits that are only in the Travel Plus site, right? Those are just only in the Travel Plus site. The travel points that you get every single month in return for your monthly subscription, that is travel points to be used in the Dreamcation platform, meaning Getaways, Getaways Plus, and World Tours. So don't confuse that with all of this. Just notice the different names, right? We got reward credits only in the Travel Plus, travel points, Dreamcation platform, and that's where you can kind of separate it so you can get more of a difference, because I see some of that common theme with some of those questions. Don't let that confuse you. Just understand that they're different. Just like if you go to shopping and dining platform, those are shopping and dining dollars that are in there.
So how do you know all this stuff so quickly?
Because I click on stuff. I click and I learn and I get to know and I ask questions, and you got
She did what Joe said. She dug in. By the way, Murray, you bring up a great point, because he was showing all the weeks. He was showing all those weeks that were available. Guys, those don't require travel points.
Right.
You guys have all kinds of weeks you can go on at unbelievable rates that don't even tap into your points that we use for World Tours and Getaways. You guys just got a whole brand new platform. So anyway, great point, Maria.
Let me give a quick point, guys. Maria just found, we're going to be at the Westgate in July. So you guys going to have to snap this up real quick. We saw the same exact dates at our conference at the Westgate in the new platform for literally pennies on the dollar. It was actually for a whole week in there. So we were going to tell a few people, might as well tell thousands right now.
Since we live, snap it up. But you guys, seriously, go get that week so that you can have that. But another person asked the question on weeks, can I get more than one room? I don't believe that's how our membership works. Correct, Todd?
You can get 2 rooms.
2 at the most.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's go down and see what else type of questions that we have here. What's the difference? Okay, so remember he talked about guest passes, so we don't have to worry about asking that. That's Ripple Rewards. Now, to access the Ripple Rewards, Joe, give me more information on this. So you go to Ripple Rewards at the top. Would you say the best way is by filling out that form there, or it's all tracked though, right? Because even when you click on Facebook and it opens up Facebook, that whole link is tracked too as well to the member.
Yeah, it's just whatever you're more comfortable. I mean, I'm 72, so I'm not comfortable using the social media. Okay. I mean, I like to go ahead and fill out and send the invite. That's what I like to do. But it's pretty much whatever you're comfortable doing, especially if you're doing mass mail and mass send outs or whichever. It'd be great to be able to just click and post it on your Facebook or post it on whatever social media site you have.
And this one's for Daryl.
Yeah,
Can free customers be placed in the binary?
The answer is no. They're a customer and they're not in our binary. If you upsell them, get them to silver, titanium, or platinum, then that's when they can come in if they buy the $79 partner pack as well. But just the free service does not put anybody into the binary.
Joe, can you explain Marketplace a little bit more in detail, please?
Yes. Marketplace is incredible. I got to start including it in on my training because I never include it. But Marketplace, we have 10 million users. And in those 10 million users, there are probably over 1 million timeshare owners. And we give our timeshare owners the ability, and this is not on your platform, the ability to rent your timeshare. We give those particular owners the ability to rent their timeshare. So they can list it on the platform, and it's an eBay of timeshare. You literally can bid on the weeks. So you could pull up Marketplace, find a place in Vail, Colorado, and they're wanting $3,000, and you could say, well, I'll give you $400, and they'll come back and say, no, I'll do it for $2,000. Well, I'll do it for $900. Well, I'll do it for $1,500. And you can go back and forth until finally you agree, and boom, you just snatched up a beautiful week. I'm glad you brought it up because I had a guy that flat out in the middle of training stopped me, wanted me to pull up Vail, Colorado, a particular resort. I pulled it up. It was $10,000 for the week. He booked it for $2,000.
Wow.
With the people because of that. So yeah, definitely the Marketplace is cool. It is absolutely cool.
Yeah, and guys, I mean, this just shows you, just added value, everything that you have that just produces more and more savings for every type of traveler. So this is really incredible. And then
question right here
okay.
From Ronnie Williams. Is there a way to see everyone that activates the free link? Absolutely. We showed that on a couple of trainings. We'll probably show that example on Saturday morning, where you actually see the emails that you send out, and of those emails, what person or persons actually activated the membership.
Yeah. So Joe, may I answer this for you on your behalf?
Please.
So if you go to my account at the very top of the site, and then you look over to the right-hand side and it says Ripple Rewards Dashboard. That's where you're going to see the pending invitations, the people that haven't accepted it yet, the accepted invitations, and then even at the top, you're going to see if they book something. We already saw that on some people's stuff, so that was awesome.
Girl, you've already dug into this site big time. That's great. That is just great.
Awesome.
I do want to share something with all the folks out there. And, and you heard this in Orlando. You never know who you're talking to. I was ordained on the Jesse Duplantis Ministries way back 40 years ago. And I've preached for years. To this day, I'll still do preaching every once in a while. But you never know who you're talking to. And the beauty of going to your conference in Orlando was you folks didn't know me. So I was able to walk around and just talk to people. Hey, what are you here for? What's that all about? And in that entire time, no one really said anything and no one knew me, except this one young lady. as I mentioned at the convention. She said to me, "You seem pretty happy." And I said, "Yeah, I'm blessed." She goes, "Why are you blessed?" I said, "Because I've got God in my life. He's been in my life for over 40 years. And she goes, "Well, you want to be even more blessed?" And I said, "Sure." She pulled out her business card, Travorium business card, and hands it to me and says, "This right here will change your life. This you should get involved in it." And she began to pitch me on this whole membership. And I was like, "Well, I'll have to consider that." And I put it in my pocket and I took off walking. Well, guys, that's what everybody needs to do. You don't know who's in front of you. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know the lives you can change. You don't know the people you could touch. You don't know who God is putting in front of you to be able to get them involved. Guys, be bold. Be bold. All you're trying to do is give them a pathway to success. That's it.
Speaking of Dr. Perry,
Yeah, Professor Dewan Perry, right? She's a
she
professor, right?
yeah, she just sent us a text and she said you've been invited. Read what the
Yeah,
text came back from our company.
Yeah, so the email that says, hi, and the lady's name, Dewan Perry just sent you a complimentary access to save money on your next travel reservation. Once registered, you'll have access to wholesale rates at more than 1 million hotels and 49,000 car rental locations. And then this paragraph is important for the partners. Get back to Dewan to learn how much you can save as a member and how to maximize your new travel benefits. Yeah.
She's on fire, man. She's on fire.
Yeah, she is. Yes, definitely. Someone said, how long do the reward credits stay pending till you can use them?
Well, there is no pending. Once the person completes their travel, you get the credits.
Yeah, and that's
And
similar to travel agencies, travel agents too.
Yeah, and they expire in 10 years.
Wow.
Wow, that is incredible. Yeah,
But we've never had anyone expire because what if you've got $100 worth of Ripple rewards or credits, if you've got $100 worth and you go to Starbucks every day, why are you going to use cash? You could get a Starbucks card for $100 with your credits and just use your Starbucks card. So,
and even more places like Target, Walmart, I mean, even Amazon, this is incredible. And so,
I'm going to Valentine's Day to Maggiano's with my sweetheart of 52 years, and we are using our gift cards from our membership.
We love Maggiano's. We have that in Las Vegas. It's a very popular place, so we love it. In Caesar's Palace, by the way. Okay, so one other person or a couple of people are asking the question about travel agents and all that. So just to be clear, we're not travel agents. We're not trying to book anyone's travel. You have access to this exclusive travel membership. For those of you that are guests, this is a training, so it's kind of the cart before the horse. You haven't officially seen a presentation, but just know that every member has access to either of 3 different memberships, right? They either have access to a silver membership, titanium membership, or a platinum membership. And yes, what we're talking about right now with platform, the Travel Plus, is in each of those. And the titanium and platinums have access to a lot more than, of course, just the silver. So make sure you get back with that person and then their leaders and ask those questions so that you can get one of the memberships.
How about a couple more questions?
Yeah.
And while Maria's getting that, guys, this Saturday morning, Deborah Taylor is going to try to get us up early in the morning. There's going to be a couple of trainings there. The one that Todd and I do every Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 11 o'clock Central, and of course that's noon time on the East Coast, and I believe 9 o'clock in France, in the UK, a 1 hour difference there. But we're going to have an earlier one just to go back through this information again. And that's going to be, she's already put out a flyer. So if you guys are partnered up with Deborah Taylor, you can guys get that information. It's going to be Saturday morning at, let me see what time that is going to be. Yeah, she would have to have it 7:30 a.m. Pacific time.
I got you.
9:30 a.m. Central, 10:30 Eastern time. So yeah, so if you guys want to hear this again and then hear it again at 9 o'clock with Todd and I, and Maria is going to join us on that one as well. Guys, the more you dig into this, the more you check it out, the more you're going to understand we have something very special. And one comment I want to have, Todd, before these last two out there is, guys, we're getting ready to get into what we call momentum. Todd likes to say big mo. And I've seen it a few different times in this industry. As a matter of fact, we experienced together, Todd and Maria and Gina and I and David and Adela, when we met about 25 years ago. We had a company that was doing $1 million a month. And 10 short months later, went from $1 million a month to over $10 million. Our checks went from around $10,000 a month when we were doing $1 million a month to over $80,000 in a month. So we are right at the precipice of that vertical climb. So if you guys are looking at this and thinking about it, you're just wasting time, getting that momentum going, because it's happening with or without you. But if you want to take advantage of the best compensation plan that's out there, the best products and services that are out there, the best recognition that is out there on the planet, the time is now.
I want to add for Larissa, if you did have those challenges or anyone said that they had challenges in regard to sending the emails, I would just suggest, number one, they got to check their junk, they got to check their spam, and they got to check promotions. And then sometimes sending it a second time, just because I'm sure the system is being overloaded right now with a whole bunch of requests and all that. So maybe it slipped through the crack. The only thing I can say is once they got it that second time, then they were able to receive it. That would be the only suggestion. I don't know if Joe can say anything in regard to that. What happened here with the, okay, yeah. And then also the other thing that we wanted to mention, Todd, was the other question right here. I mean, I don't want to skip that. Let me see. And then do I have to fill out the app? Or, okay, so again, Ripple rewards at the top of the dashboard. So when you go to the Travel Plus side, look at the top, Ripple rewards, click on that. And then when you click on that, you'll either see a form, or you can look to the left and you'll see social media links, just a regular link that maybe you can text to somebody, but it's all tracked to you when you click on any of those links. And then,
So Todd, Daryl, Maria,
yes,
this 72-year-old man is going to be jumping off.
Yes. Joe, thank you so much for hopping on tonight. I know it's getting late East Coast time, so thank you for all that you've done for the second amazing presentation. And guys, again, give Joe some hearts, some love, some thumbs up.
All right, big guy. You take care, and thanks again.
Thank you so much. Appreciate all you do. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And then Dale Maria, if you guys would, Dave talked about the promotion for the event. The event tickets. If you guys want to kind of close up on that.
Yeah, guys, Todd and
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
This
Yeah,
is
guys,
incredible.
we've been talking
Las
1,000
Vegas,
times. Guys, I don't know what else to say other than, David talks about his story, how he was about to give up in this industry had he not gone to an event. This events make you make those passionate decisions that can literally change your life. And the event that David Hart went to, that's when he and I and Todd and Maria and Gina, that's when we all met for the first time and became fast friends. And now look what's happened today. Imagine if David wasn't at that event, if Todd wasn't at that event, if we weren't at that event, guys, we wouldn't be on this Zoom tonight. People always talk about, well, I don't have this, I don't have that. Guys, you've got to do whatever you have to do. I don't know how to say it anymore, but if you're not at the Las Vegas event with a group of people, you got about 6 months to bill for that, then you're just not serious about success. And you're not treating the business like you spent $2 million. See, everybody that I know that becomes successful in life, they were obsessive. I remember Maria and I, we talked about this at the conference. We became obsessed with being successful, which means we turned off the TV. We started attending the events, the Anthony Robbins event, the Les Brown events, all the events that are out there that you can go to. We started reading the books, doing the things that our leaders shared with us. And by doing that, it transitioned us to a trajectory in life that put us where we are today. Nothing special about it other than we attended the event. And when we first started, we didn't have the money to attend the events, but I had a leader that kept beating us up and saying, Daryl, figure it out. You got to be there. And some of you guys lose your blessing because you got 6 months to do it. And some of you are going to be watching TV for the next 6 months. Some of you are going to try it a little bit and not really put in the 110% effort. Some of you are going to be trying to come at the end of the time. Daryl, do you have tickets? Todd, do you have tickets? And guys, it happens every time, no matter what we say. I'll just close it this way. If you're serious about success and you want your life to change, you want that trajectory to go to another level, you want to spend time and have 6 Saturdays and 1 Sunday, you got to make the commitment tonight, get your ticket. And if you can get it before Saturday or before Saturday evening, I believe I'm right. Guys, not only will you get the event ticket for, I think, $50 less or $100 less, you also are going to have the month of July where you can actually double your commissions. So there are no excuses. I know in life we always wait for the last minute. That's just kind of normal what people are doing. But if you want to break the chain, if you want to, go from lack to success and, abundance, you're going to have to make some choices. You're going to have to make some decisions that are going to create favor in your life. And this event is definitely one of those events. You need to be in Vegas, thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah, and Todd, someone said that they purchased it on February 1st. I know that the flyer said February 2nd to February 9th or 8th. Well, if they purchased it on February 1st, would they still be eligible for the special bonus in July? Or should they just contact support and just ask that question?
Yeah, I mean, they already bought their event ticket for July.
Yeah, they bought the event ticket on February 1st because I think it came out like 1 day
Yeah,
early.
that's going to count. You're good to go.
Yes, you are.
You're
So,
good to
Almira, Mira.
July
Yes, you're ready.
25th,
You're fine.
July 26th.
That's
And guys,
Vegas
there
is,
are
yeah.
deals there now with the new system. There are deals in Vegas for under $500 for the entire week. Team up with a couple people. It'll cost you $100 to $200 to stay for the entire week. And again, you don't have to stay the entire week. There are deals. There's no excuses except the ones that you put in front of yourself, and you don't want to.
Hey guys, buy extra tickets, buy extra tickets, buy extra tickets. It's, me and Daryl laugh about it every single time. We just had that conversation every single time. Oh, I can't get tickets. I can't get tickets. It's sold out. Like, this is not a predictable thing. It's going to happen. You guys are in now, be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Buy extra tickets for the people. They're going to be joining your team in the future so that they have access to the full event.
And they're going to want to go do the banquet and the conference. The banquet is something that you definitely want to be at, where you can mix and mingle, you get dressed up to the T, meet all the leaders, just have so much fun, dance, clap for your teammates that have a rank advance, and that's just something wonderful to be at. And then that Saturday, plan for all day training, learning. Get your digital device or your notepad, whatever it is, you're going to take notes. And you're also going to be dressed up too as well on that Saturday.
I think there's going to be another trend of on Saturday as well, guys. That's at least a trend we're pushing and talking with Coach D and John Skates and I guess Cynthia Sly. We're having breakfast and we're talking about, you dress up, you go up. So that's one of the key things that we talked about. So we're going to be talking about dressing up. On Saturday. Todd looked great on Saturday. Gina, unbelievable, beautiful. You saw David and Adela. I think Maria did a great job for us. And guys, we want to take that to the next level. We want to guests watch us. We want them to see us dressed up, and that's going to create just the atmosphere that's going to create other people to move to another level. Anybody excited about dressing up on Saturday too? Not in gowns, but just suits and tie and women sharp dresses or pantsuit, whatever you feel comfortable with.
And Ronithia, I wish. But you know what? We'll get that. Make sure that they have that out in there. Also, and I just, as quick as it came in, it left.
I was just interrupt us.
I'll interrupt you guys when it happens. But yeah, so I was in the process of answering someone's question.
Just interrupt me when I say this, guys. The question is, do you think you're going to be signing somebody up in July of this year? The event's on the 25th and the 26th. Chances are tickets will be sold out in July. But if you work in the business in May and June and July, tickets may be sold out in the next 90 days. how are your people going to get there if you are not able to get tickets? Okay,
Go to your back office, you get the information. All you got to do is click on the flyer, click below the flyer. That's when you find out the dates, the prices. Remember, the price is $250 now for that combo ticket, right? But on Saturday, it's going to go to $300. Then after that's going to go to $350. So you want to get it right now while it's at the $250. And that's something that's very important. Not just buying one, buy multiple tickets if you can. Do that for your future teammates, your teammates that are there with you now, because you know it's like tax time. They wait till the last day.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
How many of you are going to get your ticket by Saturday? Type in your name, give us some hearts. If you are serious about this, and Joe impacted you tonight, David Hart impacted you tonight, Todd impacted you tonight, and encouraged you, inspired you. How many of you are going to get tickets by Saturday? If you are, type in your name.
Wow.
Put some hearts in there. Guys, it's time to step out by faith. You know, we talk about that all the time, especially the folks that go to church. You know, guys, we're supposed to be on the other side of success and not looking up, looking down. We're the ones supposed to be on that other side. And if you believe that, have some faith, step out, do what you need to do, meet with your groups. Some of you guys can get some of those weeks and stack the room with 10 or 20 people. So it only costs you $3 or $4 or $10 or $20 for the 2 or 3 days you're going to be there. From a housing standpoint, there's so many different ways to win if you want to win. Todd, I think we're done, buddy.
All right. Okay. Final word, guys. Go for it.
Well, guys, good things come to those who wait, but you
Only
don't know
those
the
things
rest
left
of the
over.
story. That's what we learned in school. Good things come to those who wait. And that's what we learned, right? Anybody ever hear that? Good things come to those who wait. And it makes it like it was great to wait for your blessing, or to wait for something good to happen to you, or wait for this and that to happen. Good things come to those who wait, but only those things left by those of us who hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Thank you guys so much.
All right, guys. Great night. Good night.
Good night.
great job, Todd. Hey, get some rest. Drink some tea, buddy.
I gotta take care of the voice.
Me too, bud.
Yeah. Bye, guys.